Hi there, Charlie here. As you saw from the title, I'm quitting. Well, but, words are just funky, but last night, while I was struggling to fall asleep, we just had a lot of conversations. And the fact that I had not one, but two rage-filled videos, very helpful, very clarifying. That's why it's so nice to speak to a camera. Let yourself be theatrical and expressive and just let it all out and then watch it. Because you really, I don't know. I'm disappointed that this is where I am. You know what? I'm just gonna read you the email I sent my boss if you're into that. And if you're not, that's fine, but I'm still gonna read the email. Forgive me, computer's just kind of doing a thing, and I feel awkward. Well, I feel awkward talking because it's not that early. It's after 9, but these walls are thin, and I know that I have coworkers that work shifts that are different than mine. So, where is it? I sent this at 1:21 a.m. Dear boss, I'm sorry to actually be writing this, but I think my time at Omega needs to be over. I know how much this put stress on the team, and I'm so sorry. But I also know my body, and staying here is causing me too much harm. I really have a new appreciation for just how vital some external tools can be when you're as neurodivergent and trauma historied as I am. My request for my dog wasn't something I can wait and see on. It was because I was and continue to be in critical condition, central nervous system wise. I can work through chant weekend, since that seems to be a pretty significant time of staffing need. And if you'd need another week after that, please let me know. I've really appreciated my time here, but I do very much need what I need to survive this life. If we need to chat more, please let me know, but I'm not sure I'd have much to say. I'm sorry. Staffing changes really do a number on morale, and I do appreciate how much love is between everyone in our department. I'm sorry to disrupt that. I just truly do need my dog at this point in my life. Thank you, Charlie. I'd had a conversation with my boss 2 weeks ago. I told her that I was burnt out from living here, from how lonely I've been, from how touch-starved, from how unable to have that break, When you're not living and working on the campus, when you have the ability to go to your home that is not Omega, you get a chance for your central nervous system to chill the fuck out. I live on campus, behind the dining hall, energetically. I don't even the trailer park at least has a level of separation between you and participants who are actively here to shed their parasites. And when I met with my boss, she understood, and we talked, and she told me to send her a more robust email so that she can forward it to her boss and start the process. And I knew it might be a week, possibly 2, to hear anything. And I absolutely saw this being the outcome. I'm an Akashic Record reader. We look at all the potentials. This one was very strong. Do you want to know the email that I sent her about what my need was after the conversation? Do you not care? Maybe you don't care. I'm gonna read it to you anyway. Thank you for watching. All right, titled Request for Assistance. Hi, boss. I'm writing to ask if it would be possible to accommodate my dog, Mabel, on campus with me. She's a 45-pound hound mix, picture attached, and is trained to assist me with anxiety, depression, and central nervous system dysregulation issues. If you'd like more details about that or something written from a mental health professional explaining more, I'd be happy to provide. I've never gotten her officially ESA or service certified simply because I've never needed to request something like this before. I didn't think to before arriving because I suppose I thought I could manage without her. That has proven to be a mistake. If it helps with any decision making, she has gone through some preliminary training to become a therapy dog. I've also been training her to assist with central nervous system regulation for the last year, and will both be enrolling in formal therapy dog training for her later this year. I understand this would require a housing change, as I'm currently in secret. Please be assured that while I would need to walk Mabel around the trailer park some, I would not bring her onto the main campus at any time and would ensure that she's leashed and only with me at all times. I would not be making this request if it wasn't a necessity for me, and I appreciate the challenges that having any animal on Omega property entails. If there's anything I can do to assist with this decision, please let me know and I'll be sure to provide. Thank you so much, Charlie Morrow. Tried to be concise, tried to be professional, tried to explain the necessity without having to go into all of the why, because I had hoped that I'd hoped that there were people in leadership here who were a little bit like me. I'm a good fit for guest services because I do love helping people. I love solving problems. I love making a difference in someone's life. I don't really like following protocols and procedures because that's just what they are, especially when they're not logical. I fight back against that. I make policies different. Honestly, I owe that to early career stuff. Worked in primary prevention at an intimate partner violence and sexual assault coalition. I'm an advocate for change, a trained one. I don't like when things are just, I don't know, very wait and see, very reactionary. It's very dangerous to be an employer with people who work and live in community. Being only reactionary instead of proactive is deeply, deeply problematic. Yeah. I do actually see some pretty not good things happening in the rest of the time here at Omega for some people. And I think that's pretty typical, but that's a hard truth to come to terms with a little bit, because this is such a place of extreme duality. And we're in a time when duality is kind of collapsing for humanity. A bit, not a bit, a lot. But as we go through that collapse, the bigness of the things that have been swept under the rug for a long time, well, you just can't ignore them anymore. They become very prominent. Definitely curious if I sent that because someone in leadership saw that video. The only video I've released so far as of this recording was my Friday video, my rant about Mabel, where I did this twice. That's the only one I've released so far, but there's another one I'll be working on today and putting out that gets even more heated about a different issue, also to do with PNC. And yeah, I think there's just a little bit of especially because I just went through a little romantic thing that sort of resulted in you could call it a breakup, but not really, because there's no actual dating involved. But there was very much a depending on who you ask, either he ended it first or I did. And the reality is, no, we just both literally did end it in our own time and then wrote it down because, okay, I'm just gonna give you a little, tea, give you a little, maybe, I don't know, I'm bad at saying things, but like, here's a little relationship stuff, right? I was approached by this guy, very handsome, like I said, very Steve Irwin type, offering cuddles because he'd seen one of my videos about how lonely I was and how much it was making me want to leave. So he wanted to fill that need. And, well, I guess prior to that, I had mentioned that a goal for me before I leave Omega is to get fucked, sex. Just because that's been a desire. A lot of people, like, hookup culture is just a thing in community, and it's a thing here. I've heard stories about this one time when I think this, like, polyamory group of like 20 worked here. God, that would have been a fun summer to work here. Just for the sheer, like, complicated relationship aspect of it all. Can you imagine that? 150 staff and 20 of them are all in a polyamorous group. Like, whoa. Like, was that a more like chill summer because they already had like good communication, or was there like way more drama? I'm so curious, right? I hear stories of Omega's past, especially like kind of pre-cell phone usage, pre-smartphones for sure. So like pre-2007. And all I could think is, damn, should have come here. Shouldn't have done that college thing, should have come here. That would have been perfect. That's not really the culture so much these days. Little hints of it here and there, but you know, everything has changed. Anyway, I wanted some of what I could feel and knew were part of the Omega experience. Romantic chaos, a little bit. And yeah, got a marriage that's ending. I'm so sick of ambiguity, but that's why we set like a no, we're actually separated. You know. I had no idea when I told him that I was looking to have sex, that it was anything more than me basically just oversharing, which I am prone to. I have talked about wanting sex on stage at open mic several times. I've been working my stand-up routine. It gets laughs because I'm speaking to what is a pretty predominant desire for a lot of people here. I don't know who specifically, but like, it's in the energy. I read energy. I know what people want, and when I experience it too, I overshare on it so that they feel just a little bit more okay about the fact that that's where they are too. And I share my frustrations with not getting any, because that's also the case. You know, I don't know if Charlie can laugh about how sexually frustrated she is. Maybe I can at least laugh about the fact that I am too. He was also in that energy. So, you know, hearing that, then, oh, she's so lonely. Oh, she likes cuddles, wants cuddles, has been asking for cuddles. I can give cuddles. Yeah. And then I love being able to have a back and forth conversation with somebody at my speed. Even on here, I'm not full my speed. I'm a little bit more tuned into the collective that's watching. I am the chattiest fucking person when you get me alone. And on stage. And on here. Okay. And that overwhelms people for sure. I don't do it that often. He wasn't overwhelmed by it. He wasn't overwhelmed by me. And he shared deep stuff, so I did too, and I just felt accepted and desired. Like, desired to be with time-wise. And then we happened to have dinner the next night. Solar eclipse, big energy. I had a gummy. I know I already explained this in the last video, or a video, but I popped a gummy. He did too. He walked me back to my room. I invited him in to just like hang out for a little bit more, cuddle a little bit more, because we'd only done it for like an hour or two the day before, an hour and a half maybe the day before. Hey, you want to cuddle for a little bit? Yeah. More talking, more things. More talking, more cuddling, just touch. Conversation turned to, what do you like about sex? What are you interested in? What is this? Like just the exploration of desire. I love talking about sex. I used to work in a field where sexual violence happened a lot, and it's very healthy in those fields to obviously be able to talk about sex in a healthy, open way. And most people don't really want to talk about that, I've found. I'm just very comfortable with it. I love it. Told him I wanted to kiss him because that came up and that's just how I felt, and he agreed and kissed me. Made out, it was fun. He made a lot of promises and a lot of, for me, pressures to, I believe he'd probably call it, give me pleasure. He said he loves going down on women. He said that repeatedly, actually. And yeah, the next couple of days, that pressure to, it's like a pressure to receive, you know? Someone, you're at a pretty low moment and you've just been told your dog's not approved. I mean, like, not right now. Not right now. Yeah. Well, and so my way of responding to that pressure was attention. I love bombed him with texts because I thought that was how he liked conversing, because he had mentioned something about how that was how he communicated with his last girlfriend. So I even asked, I was like, oh, you texted instead of called on the phone? He was like, yeah, that was mostly how we did it. I was just like, for long distance relationship stuff. I was like, oh, okay. Noted. You like texting. Got it. Gives you time to process, gives you time to think of a response. I was wrong. I evoked panic attacks in him with how quickly I basically relationshiped him, but it was just because of, it was an energetic matching to where I was in terms of feeling comfortable receiving oral sex. To overshare, I've received oral sex twice in my life. I'm not going to give you more details about that, but do know that at least the second time, there was a significant amount of wounding involved too. Oh, no, I'm wrong. 3 times. 3 times. Yeah, perfect. Okay. And Charlie, like I say that as body, Charlie has never experienced oral sex. Remember, I got here in 2024. New alter formations can happen at any time for someone with dissociative identity disorder. So, you know, the mere concept of it is kind of a big deal for me. He wasn't someone who really understands that, and got way overwhelmed at just how quickly I was just like, okay, well then I guess you're my partner. you're my boyfriend, right? I didn't say that at all, but the energy of how much attention I was giving him and the love bombing itself was that. Hopefully the next time he hears that someone's got a history of sexual abuse in childhood, hasn't had a lot of experience with the thing that he apparently really wanted to do, hopefully he'll just pump the fucking brakes and be like, I should take this slower. I should not I shouldn't push, because here's the thing, when you push on someone like that, like me, I'll push back, assuming that you can handle it, but pushing back means that you better be ready to be my partner. Ilara in here jokes, she's like, girl, you're a lesbian, because Ilara is. She's into women. But, you know, I drive a Subaru. I have 2 dogs that are my world. I want a relationship where we go from 0 to moving in together probably in a week. Actually, yeah. Maybe someday. Right? Maybe someday. I got married really young to a man, and only in my late 30s did that relationship finally disentangle because of incompatibility. I could keep going. I'm actually pretty handy with tools. Stop. Sorry, that's Ilara pushing shit through. I wear a lot of rainbows for the love of God. Stop. The rainbows is more of an autism thing than an LGBTQAI thing. I just, you know, obsessions are what happens with autism. And you know, rainbows are for everyone. Yeah. I don't know where this video is going anymore. I way overshared quite a few things. And for the record, I still have not received more oral. Or I have not received oral. Or sex. We didn't. No, there was cuddling, there was kissing. Yeah. I do at least like that I'm not wishy-washy. I'm finding out who I am. That's what I've been doing here, is finding out who I am. I love giving Akashic Record readings. I might have one that I'm doing today for a faculty member. Just someone who's doing a class here this weekend, an improv class, because that's cool, right? Like, there's improv classes at a holistic retreat center. It's amazing. She came in to get services and was asking, hey, is it okay if I go to dining now? Like, because classes get out at 5, but dining hall doesn't open till 6, but we have family meal from 5:15 to 6. And we were like, oh yeah, of course. Faculty, there's even a faculty section, and just sort of explaining things. And then I offered her a ride up to the dining hall because we had the time. Like, whenever we have the time and someone has a need to get somewhere, I love offering a cart ride because it's just fun. It's fun to offer cart. I love the cart. I love driving the golf cart. I love driving people around on the golf cart. And I did. And when we got to the dining hall, like, we just like were chatting kind of to the way there too. When we got to the dining hall, I was wearing the shirt that Leslie made me as an exchange, as the trade for the Akashic Record reading that I gave her. And I love that shirt. It's fun. It feels like a hug from her. I love it. And Leslie was taking that class, that workshop this weekend, and I just felt compelled to say, by the way, do you like my shirt? Someone in your class made it for me. She works here. And she immediately knew who I was talking about. Was like, yeah, this was, we're kind of a trade-based economy here, and this was her trade for an Akashic Record reading, because I do that. And the other person who was with her, like, her jaw went open. She's like, stop, you were looking to get an Akashic Record reading. Apparently she'd gone to the wellness center to get an Akashic, or like, you know, was trying to get an Akashic Record reading, but we have 2 readers here and they were booked up. And so I was like, I mean, I don't do it officially for Omega or anything, but if you would like an Akashic Record reading while you are here, I'm off tomorrow, today for me. And I gave her my phone number, and then I gave her my website. I was like, if you want to do a vibe check, right? Like, am I, you know, is this what like, go to my website, does that feel comfortable for you, given what you feel when you go there? That's what I do. I get a vibe check on things. So yeah, I'm kind of just waiting to see if she texts at some point. It's like, yeah, because I could not for the life of me think of where I would go do it. We don't really have like meetup spaces for things like that. We have like one, but it's always booked up. Not even necessarily people actually using what they booked, but it's a whole community living. Sometimes things don't quite work, so I don't know. I'm rambling. I'm gonna miss how many synchronicities like that happen, but I would like to think that's not just an Omega thing. I'd like to think that being here in this energy has helped to activate that in myself in a way that just resonates more regularly. When I got here, I was told, what I received was truly, this place is a hospital for you. You need to be triaged, basically. And this past week, that awareness of this being a hospital for me, it really came prominently to the front and center. But in a way that was very like closure style. I got into this weird sense of calm and peace, and especially with what I received yesterday in the just like download of information about romantic entanglement contracts that we create before we come in, along with my memories of creating them also just like flooding back. I was just like, oh shit, wow, this whole experience with him was the anchor pointed thing that was what I was drifting to in all of the decisions for being here, because of the direction shift that it would provide me. I was already heading in the like leaving direction, but energetically there is a big difference between being fired and leaving on your own terms, right? And I am so curious if I've already sort of been fired, but I just don't know it yet. But others maybe do, because they're making preparations, or they're this or they're that, or they're having conversations. I don't know. I just wonder if my email got to Asia before whatever leader would require me to be let go came through. If that's in fact what's happening. I don't know. Maybe I'm just letting myself go into fantasy land. Just think it'd be funny. And I just say that because how things ended with this guy, there's patterns to everything. My fellow autism brain people, you would like the Akashic Records. You really would. You get to ask any question. You get to dive deep into things. If you want to become an obsessive about spiritual stuff, learn to tap into the Akashic Records. You can read a book to do it. You can take a class to do it. Learn how other people do it so that you have the foundation, and then say, bye foundation, crumple it up and throw it out. And then do it your own way. If you have autism, you've had to do it your own way the whole time you've been on this rock. You'd like it though. Thanks for just hanging out with me, because I'm sad. I don't look forward to telling anybody here that I've quit. And I'm not going to, actually, until at least I talk to my boss. Just because no good really comes from that. hopefully I won't have to wait too long. I hate that it might be in the WhatsApp chat, but that is the easiest way for folks to be able to take it in as they need it and process without needing to take care of me or possibly feeling like they need to perform in some way. I don't know. Ugh, gross. I hate it. Ugh. Telling people things that they don't want to hear, even though they've all known. They've known for the last month that this is what I want. And I showed them the video, the vlog about how upset I was at PNC telling me it's not a no, it's a not right now. Not right now. What part of this is a necessity did y'all not read? Not right now. There are empty trailers. Right now. I don't understand why one of them couldn't just be redesignated as a dog trailer for the neurodivergent next person. What if someone in the future has a dog allergy? What if someone in the future has a dog need? Why always care about some people but not others? And why not care about the person sitting in front of you, doing a good job, telling you that they will continue to do an incredibly good job if they can just have this? I haven't asked for anything in my time here. I haven't complained about a fucking thing. I've complained on here a little bit, but I haven't complained because there's not really much to do. I have so many food allergies, y'all. I'm allergic to fucking nightshade. That means that tomatoes, potatoes, eggplant, every spice, because pepper, I'm allergic to all of it. Gluten also is not great for me, I've discovered. I really don't eat very much in this dining hall. I mean, I eat like enough to stay kind of chubby, but I've been losing a lot of weight really rapidly. I really don't eat most of what's in the dining hall, but I still pay for it like I do. That is actually a big complaint for me. I would really prefer paying for food a la carte, or at least only paying for the meals I attend. That wouldn't even be that hard of a change, but they don't want to do it because a bunch of reasons that are not people focused. And this room is perfectly fine, but why do I pay the same rent as someone who has a tiny house? That doesn't make sense to me. I have to walk down the hill in the cold, in the rain, in a bunch of things to a bathroom that's kind of stinky and very public. This place doesn't really make sense a lot. And honestly, if you have autism and you see this and you're considering working at Omega, just please set up a place to return to if quitting is a better decision for you too. Okay? Maybe you need to come here to escape something dangerous. Perfect place for that, honestly, because the comparison, it is a safe place in so many ways, but it will give you panic attacks. You will have meltdowns. You won't have places to go with those meltdowns. And you might be one of the folks that finds a person or a group of people, and you will have a much easier time here if that's the case. That wasn't really mine. That wasn't my experience. Like we're on day 97. Day 97. And still the only people who've cuddled me are people who have wanted more than cuddling. And I wanted more than cuddling too, so it's not just that. I've been actively interested in cuddling. as the need, sex as the desire, but the need. So my need hasn't really been getting met. It's only been getting met under the umbrella of, but basically the only thing that's actually been flowing is the sexual desire part. Oh, okay. Brandy's calling and I'm going to answer it. So I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk soon. Okay. Bye.